Hello everybody and welcome to this week's video. Today I will be reading YouTubers' favourite books, and by that I am basically just going for anything they've given a 5-star because I don't have the repertoire to go out and ask these people to tell me what to read. So first up we have got Powerless by Lauren Roberts, and I know what you're thinking. How have you come this far without reading this book? And I will tell you, I don't read fantasy books because I don't enjoy fantasy books. I like to force myself to read them and then think, oh my god, why am I not enjoying this? As if I have before. I think the last fantasy book I read and thoroughly enjoyed was The Cruel Prince, and even that was like not really for me. I don't know. I don't tend to read fantasy. Like, my top 3 fantasy series are Harry Potter, Once Upon a Broken Heart and The Cruel Prince, so I find most people either love or hate those series. But hopefully I found a way around this because I don't have the attention span to focus. I don't have the attention span to lock in and understand what's going on in these books. So I have actually got Powerless on Audible using my credit for the month, and I'm hoping that means I'll get through this a bit easier and a bit quicker because I know myself and it will take me forever to read this if I'm doing it on my own, because it is quite a thick book actually. I didn't realise how big it was. It's like 500 pages, so hopefully that helps me enjoy it more. I don't know. I much prefer fantasy movies to fantasy books, which is annoying in itself, but we're gonna try because this is one of Sarah Caroli's favourite books. I think she's kind of stopped now, but when she first read it, like every single video she did, she would mention how much she loves it. So hopefully I also love it. Then secondly, I have got Love Interest by Claire Gilmore, which if you are a fan of Sarah Caroli, you might be a fan of Hayley Pham as well, who in one of her 24-hour readathons read this and gave it like a 4.75, but then ultimately just called it a 5-star. So I'm excited to read this one. All I know about it is it's a workplace romance, and I'm very partial to that because that is indeed true to life. I met my boyfriend at work, and weirdly I think the characters in this have similar jobs to me and my partner, so hopefully I enjoy this and it doesn't like give me PTSD back to work, because I have not enjoyed my job for a very long time. I do enjoy it now though. They've changed what I do and now I'm kind of enjoying it, so who knows, maybe I'll love my job and I'll love this book, hopefully. That's what we're hoping for. And then finally, I have actually started this book and got a very decent way into it, but I have got The Bodyguard by Catherine Center, which is one of Ellen Catherine, who, if you've watched a lot of my videos, you will notice I mention her quite a lot because she is my inspiration for doing YouTube in the first place, and I love her content. She's the nicest person ever. So Ellen read this I think last year now and gave it a 5-star, and I bought it when she gave it a 5-star, and then I proceeded not to read it because I sort of got scared that I wouldn't enjoy it. But I've got another Catherine Center book on the way for Christmas, and I was like, I need to read the one that I've got now. And then I got in my head about, oh, what if I read it and I don't like it and then I don't want this book for Christmas anymore when it's already arrived and is wrapped. That is how in advance my family are. We've all wrapped our presents already. But yeah, luckily, as you can tell, I'm quite enjoying it because I sat down to start reading it this morning and I've absolutely devoured it. I think I'm on like page 200. I'm on page 207 out of like 305 or something. So I have absolutely devoured this. I've read it so quickly. I'm really enjoying it. And I can't wait to keep reading it. I kept putting off filming this intro bit because I was enjoying it so much. And I was like, well, I need to start recording this before I finish the book. So, but I'm very excited to keep reading this. And yeah, I guess the next clip will probably be me telling you how much I love this book. So let's crack on. I finished The Bodyguard and I am so happy to say it was a 5-star read. I'm shook. I had no idea going into that it would be a 5-star, but I just found the way Catherine Center writes or in that book specifically, because I have nothing else to compare it to, the way she wrote Jack and Hannah to actually become friends first and have that emotional connection rather than it being completely like lust driven, because there is no spice in that book at all, which I actually really enjoyed. It was a nice change from what I normally read. So yeah, I loved it. They got close on a personal level, and it was so cute. I loved it so much. Please read it. I'm so gutted that I left it a year to read it, because I could have had a 5-star read so much sooner. But moving on from that, I have started and almost finished actually Powerless by Lauren Roberts, which again, I'm getting 5-star feels from this. Am I about to have my 4th 5-star read in a row? Is that about to happen? Because this will be the longest streak I've ever had of reading 5-star, 5-star, 5-star. So I'm really excited to finish it. Oh, my dog wanted to get involved. Yeah, I'm loving this. It is, I definitely get everyone else saying it's got a Hunger Games feel to it. It definitely does. But like also not at all. Like, yeah, there's trials, and at one point they are in a forest setting, so I get the Hunger Games vibes, the sort of star-crossed lovers thing. But like the characters are so different that although a lot of people have said it's like too similar to the Hunger Games, even down to like the main girl Payton has a bow and arrow like Katniss, but because the characters are so different, I think it's like it works. It's not in my brain going, oh yeah, but the Hunger Games did this better or anything. So I'm loving this. I am listening to an audiobook, and at first I didn't like the audiobook narrators, but now I kind of love them. They're really great. So yeah, I think my only gripe with this is the constant use of the nickname Darling. Just not for me. It sounds a bit like old man creepy, but also like it's kind of fine. So, but yes, I think it's about 150 pages left. I'm up to page 367, and that is in one day of reading. I literally just had the audiobook on the whole day yesterday whilst I was doing stuff around the house or like playing video games. So I had literally all day listening to it. So I'm gonna finish this. Hopefully it continues to feel like a 5-star to me, because that'd be amazing. And then we shall move on to read Love Interest, which at this rate could be a 5-star too. Don't know if I'm just in a good mood or if all these books are genuinely 5 stars to me, but this one I've loved so much I've now actually ordered the special editions from Waterstones of this and Reckless the sequel. So if they arrive before I finish this video, I would definitely be showing them off, but if not, look out for those in another video, because I'm so beyond excited to have them. So let's crack on. So, first of all, apologies, I look completely frazzled right now. I had my first day back at work and I pinned my fringe backwards, but then when I've let it out, it's just sitting like this now, so we're going with it. We're just gonna move, you know? We're gonna pretend that's not the state that I'm currently in. But I finished Powerless on my lunch break, and it's a 5-star. It is a 5-star. The ending, I was getting towards the middle of the book and I was like, maybe it's like a 4.5. Like, I've not had that 5-star like feeling yet. And then on my lunch break, I was listening to the audiobook of like the last 10 chapters or something, and my god, did it become a 5-star quickly. I got like absolutely destroyed on my lunch break by the ending of this book. So if you haven't read it, please read it. It's amazing. Sarah Caroli, you're a queen for recommending this to everybody. I can't believe I didn't read it sooner. I can't believe that I didn't want to read this. I was so convinced I'd hate it, but this is amazing. I think I said in the last clip, I have ordered special editions from Waterstones of Powerless and Reckless. They are due to arrive later today, so I will definitely put them in this video because I'm so excited for them. And I just want to disregard everything else that I've got planned this month and finish the series, because I've got Powerful, the novella, and I've got Reckless, and then obviously, is it Fearless comes out next year? Safe to say, possibly my most anticipated read of the year now. So this was amazing. But that does mean I am ready to start the last book for this video, which is Love Interest by Claire Gilmore. Obviously recommended by Hayley Pham. This is, I think she ended up giving it a 4.75, but that's close enough. I'm counting it as a 5-star read because I know when she read it initially it was like 2 in the morning through a 24-hour readathon, and she did say it was a 5-star at that point, so I am counting this. I don't know, I was really excited to read this, but then I read Powerless and now all I want to do is read the rest of Lauren Roberts' books. But I think I'm still excited for this. I think I mentioned as well, like, the characters do a very similar job to what I do outside of YouTube, obviously. Yeah, I don't know what to expect because I've literally, the only person I've seen read this is Hayley Pham and she loved it, so hopefully I love it too. And also, look how nice and floppy this book is. It's awesome. But it is a little bit bigger, so I think it's maybe an indie published book because it's not got the same, like, dimensions as my other books. Like, you can see it's taller. So let's crack on with this. I plan to finish this in a day because I'm work from home today, so it means that I've got a little bit extra time where I'm not on a bus for like 40 minutes in the morning and the afternoon. So hopefully I can finish this today, and hopefully we continue the streak and I can have 3 5-star reads in this video. That would be crazy. So let's go. So I am just under halfway through Love Interest. Like, I'm here. It's okay. I'm not emotionally invested in it. The characters are all right. I like Alex, he's the love interest, but I couldn't care less for Casey or her friends. So it's alright. It's very middle of the road for me right now. Unless something massive happens in the last half of the book, then it's probably about a 3 for me, which is a shame because I was hoping for another 5-star, but I was getting greedy. They had to cut it off somewhere. Not all books can be 5 stars. But speaking of 5 stars that I have had, I now have my special editions of Reckless and Powerless. They've got sprayed edges, which is fun on its own, but these also have, first of all, gorgeous end pages, and oh my god, I'm so excited, you literally don't understand. They have cute little engravements, is that what they're called? That doesn't sound right. But they have cool things on the actual hardback. The back says, "Mark my word, Prince, I will be your undoing," which is obviously a quote from the book. But my favourite thing is the dust jacket is reversible, and this is on it. I could scream. This is stunning. You know for a fact that that is exactly how these are being displayed on my shelf. And again, for Reckless, we've got, I think this is a family tree. Is that what I'm seeing? Yeah, as a family tree, as the end pages. We've got an arrow, and the quote on the back is, "You promised to be my undoing, so prove it." Oh my god, they match! Oh, I could, honestly, I'm so chuffed with this. I've only just got into buying special editions because I, like, didn't really want them to start with, but now I'm obsessed with them. There's also, Waterstones have got a cloth bound Magnolia Parks series. The way I'm about to drop £75 to own those books is insane, considering I still haven't even read Into the Dark. I've been putting it off because I'm just emotionally, I can't handle that. I don't want to leave these characters. I know it's the last Magnolia and BJ book, so mentally not prepared, emotionally also not prepared. So I will be buying those, but will I be reading Into the Dark anytime soon? Who knows? I'd like to read it in December, but I don't think I will get around to it. But back to what I was saying, look at the freaking cover for this, the alternate cover. Obviously I haven't read Reckless yet, so I don't know what this scene is, but these are so stunning. I really hope that they do the same special edition style for Fearless when that comes out, because I need the full set. I need the full set. Honestly, I can't believe how much I've fallen in love with this book already. I need to read the rest. I need to, like, drop everything now. Meet me in the pouring rain, Taylor Swift reference. I need to drop everything now and just read the rest of the series, but I can't because I've got Obviously this video is finished, and then I've got another video to do next week, so I just don't have time to just drop everything and read Powerful and Reckless. Maybe I will do it, because I will binge them. But then do I want to audiobook them like I did with Powerless? This has turned into a rant. Anyway, I'm going to keep reading Love Interest, and I'm going to continue falling over my new favourite books that I own. And I will catch up with you when I've finished Love Interest. Interest, which was the 5-star recommended by Hayley Pham in one of her videos, and unfortunately it just didn't hit for me. It just wasn't right for me. I loved the characters in this. Alex and Casey have such a good relationship and friendship, which I really enjoyed, but I just did not care for the plot at all. Like, towards the final 100 pages, they finally realised they like each other. Obviously it's a romance, that's going to happen at some point. And it was very poetically written how they confessed their love to each other, and I really enjoyed that. I loved that. I loved that they had a lot of banter to start with, and it was great, and all the friendships also included in this were great, but the actual plot I just did not care for. And like, there was a little bit of like, not a third act breakup, but there was definitely a conflict that I just could have been avoided. Didn't care for it. So I think I've settled on giving this a 3.5, because a 4 just felt too high, and a 3 I felt guilty about trying to give it a 3. So on Goodreads it is a 3, because obviously you can't do 0.5s on there, but I think it is a 3.5 overall. Then for the rest of the video, just to do a quick wrap up, obviously I read The Bodyguard by Catherine Center as recommended by Ellen Catherine, and I love this. It was a complete 5-star for me. And it's quite different to the rest of the books I tend to give 5-star, because I read a lot of romance where it's more lust at first sight than love. But this one, I adored it. We have Jack, who is a movie star, and he's coming back to his hometown after being in a recluse for a while. And so his agent hires a bodyguard company for him. And Hannah is his bodyguard, and they have to fake a date in front of his family so they don't suspect anything's wrong. And it was just really sweet watching them develop a friendship out of that. And then obviously towards the end they started dating, like really near the end. It was like 3 chapters if anything, and I loved it. It was amazing. I've never read a Catherine Center book before, but I am very glad to say that I've got Happiness for Beginners on the way, because I watched the film of that the other day. Didn't realise it was a book first, and then it popped up and said Catherine Center. I was like, oh my god, I need to read that right now. So I'm getting that for Christmas, so I will definitely try and include it in a video, because I love this. It was such a surprise to me. I've been putting this on for a year, so I'm so glad that it's a 5-star. Then I obviously also read Powerless by Lauren Roberts, which I have also been putting off for over a year now. And again, it was a 5-star, which is mental because I'm not a big fantasy reader. I don't tend to pick it up of my own accord. And yeah, this was just amazing. So this one follows Payton, who is an ordinary, and Kai, who is an elite, I believe. And what that basically means is that Kai has powers and Payton doesn't. And in this kingdom, I think that's the right word to use, there's a rumour being spread that the ordinaries carry a disease. They're going to wipe out everybody. And so Payton has to pretend she has powers to survive. And I hate to say it because everybody I've ever seen talk about this does say it's like the Hunger Games, but it really did give Hunger Games vibes. Just, you know, had that feeling to it. Now, I love the Hunger Games, so no surprise I loved this. They end up going into some trials. Both Kai and Payton end up being the players, that's not right, contestants, that sounds more right, the contestants in this trial. And like, it's not Hunger Games-esque in that they have to fight to the death or anything, but it obviously gets quite violent a lot of the time. So I just loved it. It was so cute. and the ending absolutely shattered me. I obviously listened to this in an audiobook format, and I was listening to it on my lunch break, and it just absolutely, I literally had to stop and stare at the ground for a while after I finished it. I was like, oh my god. So I hope I've done a good enough job at explaining these books, because I feel like my comprehension level is not great when it comes to these things. So I'm definitely trying my best to get better at explaining books to you guys. But thank you for watching this video. I can't believe I had 2 5 stars again. I don't even know what to say. I'm so glad. I can't wait to literally dive straight into Powerful and Reckless. I'm just so excited. So I will see you next week with, I think it will be me reading the Briar You series. So if you're a fan of that series, hopefully you'll come back and see that next week. But bye.